Good afternoon. It is Thursday, August 20th. It's just past 4 o'clock. Oh, there's Carol. Good to see everyone. Chuck, May, Mel, Jerry, Carol, Tony, and Regis. Yahoo! We are here to continue reading with chapter 9 in section 4, Looking Beyond Error, with A Course in Miracles text. We are on paragraph 5, page 336. And oh, there's Shannon too. Gosh, more people who can read if we need to. Um, we had a great meeting at noon today, and I really enjoyed that. I loved hearing everyone's questions and comments. I remember Carol's, and um, I think Jerry was there. It was really, really nice. So we've been doing a lot today. So let's take um, a few moments and just settle in. I've had a very busy day, even though I spent about 3 hours napping with my daughter's dog. Um, it was a watchful nap. I was telling Cindy he's a rescue, and um, very, very fearful, and has not, you know, just wants to be around Renault and Johnny. And so they left him, and they were gone for probably 3.5 hours. And when we were doing our noon meeting, he was upstairs locked in the bedroom, and he started whining. So I brought him downstairs, down here, and just let him do his thing. And it was so great because the energy in the meeting was really high, high vibration. And it allowed me to just relax and let him do whatever he wanted to do. And he relaxed. And it took a while, but I ended up taking a nap with him on the bed, and it was really lovely. He's a beautiful being. So even though I've had a 3 hour nap, let's just take a little bit of time and let the day go as we sit together. So get yourself comfortable, and let's just join in the quiet, knowing yourself welcome here. And letting the mind do its thing, but just taking a step back and very gently, without any effort, just noticing, relaxing into observer mode. No effort, just softly. It's almost like taking a deep breath in a swimming pool and just letting the body sink to the bottom for a minute or just a little bit, and noticing as you go deeper and deeper how much quieter it gets, how much peace there is. So we sit at the bottom of the pool, breathing easily, but just feeling this pure open space and fluidity of the water all around. Letting the breath soften, letting the eyes soften. Letting the throat soften. Letting the heart soften. Letting the area between the shoulder blades soften. Softening all the way down to the lower back. And the hips soften. And the feet soften. And the hands soften. And the jaw soften. Just resting. Letting anything that is from earlier today just fall away. Just softly, softly falling away. And so the impulse comes together, and the quality of how we are together, how we talk, how we share, how we listen. This is our gift to the world. And the purpose of every gathering is discovered in the gathering. But it is always to recognize beauty together and to love what is beautiful, which is the truth. Know yourself. Welcome to this empty table, a cleared space where something new can happen. When you take the hands of someone you love, what do those hands become? And so we continue today. I almost hate to bring us out of that. And we are talking today about the ego and the ego's plan for forgiveness. My guess is in that meditation there, that quiet space, no ego. So the ego does have a plan, quote unquote, of forgiveness. It's a thought system, and its idea is to see error and convict the error, justify your judgment of it, and then elevate yourself, your small self, as you forgive, which does nothing but reinforce the ego and reinforce the error and make the error real. And we do that to ourselves. How often we judge ourselves and see the error in ourselves. First we see it and then we forgive it, but we see it first. And so we do that, projecting outward into the world. And a Course says in paragraph 4, how can you overlook what you have made real? You have to choose again. And so we are on paragraph 5. And if Chuck is interested in starting us off, are you willing to start us off, Chuck?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. You want to read paragraph 5 and 6?
Okay, I'm willing. Stop me if I'm not getting it right. This is where the ego is forced into appealing to mysteries and begins to insist that you accept the meaningless to save yourself. Many have tried to do this in my name, forgetting that my words make perfect sense because they come from God. They are sensible now as they ever were, because they speak of ideas which are eternal. You will never get a contradictory message from me, because I speak with one voice. Forgiveness that is learned of me does not use fear, undo fear, nor does it make real the unreal and then destroy it. Six.
Can you stop for a second, Chuck?
Sure.
I just want to see. There's a lot in there. And I wanted to see if anyone has any thoughts about that. I love that it says, I will never contradict myself. I mean, that's a pretty powerful thing to say. And we've heard Paul say, and I think this is part of what Cindy really loves about the guides is they don't contradict themselves. And it's all straight channeled, right? And they say the same things.
I recognize that I can't think about this while I'm reading it at the same time, but that's the one phrase that left out at me strongly.
Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't use fear to undo fear. That's another one. So have any of you had an experience where, I'm going to try and, where you've been in a situation with someone that's been difficult and you've blamed them perhaps and blamed yourself perhaps, and you're trying to figure a way to correct the situation. But nothing that you can come up with feels right because it either hurts the other person or it hurts you. And then when that happens for me, I remember that atonement is not a double-edged sword. It doesn't hurt anyone. The only answer to any problem that the Holy Spirit will give you is one that brings peace to both parties. And that has been counsel for me so many times. And that it doesn't use fear to undo fear. That's another very wise counsel, right? So if you're using fear to undo fear, then you know you're on the wrong track, you know? Like, and I don't know if anyone has an example of where you've used fear to undo fear, but I can think of one right now, and that is punishment for acting out. Like, you know, if you do this wrong, you will be punished for it. If you hurt another person, we will punish you for it, right? I'm sure Regis can think of something, but it's good to have examples, you know, of where we do this. We use fear to try to undo fear. And it's never right, and it never works. Here goes Carol.
Okay, I won't even try and hit the button. Yeah, because it's coming from fear.
Yeah.
It's just there's fear, and it uses more fear to get what's given them fear in the first place. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's felt because you think you're protecting yourself, keeping yourself safe, and you're just giving yourself more fear because to give it, to project it, it's with you're experiencing it as you manifest, as you emanate it out. Like it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And May says
yeah,
fear calls fear to itself. And it does.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We just don't know what we're doing until we do know what
That's
we're
right.
doing.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Mel, what have you
Yeah,
got?
well, I was just thinking about like all the like vitamins and stuff we take because we're so afraid, something's going to happen to the body, and so we're afraid of something happening to the body, so we take stuff to prevent that. I don't know. We're fearful of side effects of every. I don't know. It just seems we live in a society that is so fear driven, and all the advertising is set up to make us fearful. You see all the pharmaceutical commercials that, fortunately, in Canada, they probably don't do that. Are you allowed to have pharmaceutical commercials? Yeah, we're
No, like
inundated
ours, no, it's not like
like it is here. Yeah,
it doesn't go on with all of the different side effects and everything.
yeah, but it is.
Um, but
But you know, the body is a really good example, but let's look at the whole legal system.
Mm,
We people maintain law and order because they fear the punishment. And that's because of separation. We believe we're separate. But if in the atonement, you realize that what you do to one, you do to yourself. And when that is truly understood, all the laws will be unnecessary, right? Because we will know. And the Course is very clear about that. So that's another example. It's a legal example. I'm sorry. Thank you for your comments. Um, Chuck, do you want to read paragraph 6? Unless somebody else has something else? Okay. Take it, Chuck.
Forgiveness through the Holy Spirit lies simply in looking beyond error from the beginning and thus keeping it unreal for you. Do not let any belief in its realness enter your mind at all, or you will also believe that you must undo what you have made in order to be forgiven. What has no effect does not exist. And to the Holy Spirit, the effects of error are totally non-existent. By steadily and consistently canceling out all its effects everywhere and in all respects, he teaches the ego does not exist and proves it. Follow his teaching in forgiveness, then, because forgiveness is his function and he knows how to fulfill it perfectly. That is what we meant when we once said that miracles are natural, and when they do not occur, something has gone wrong. Miracles are merely the sign of your willingness to follow his plan of salvation in recognition of the fact that you do not know what it is. His work is not your function, and unless you accept this, you cannot learn what your function is.
Okay, thank you. Anybody want to just summarize those two paragraphs? Or especially the last one? Shannon.
I don't want to summarize them. It made me think of the meeting we had this morning and David Hawkins saying, okay, so you killed 100,000 people. Do you have a decent regret? And God says, okay, it's it's like you're forgiven. It's okay.
Yeah, isn't that
There
great?
was so that's what kind of triggered me on this, where it said, I don't know, there was something there about correcting the error and all of that.
Yeah.
So,
What has no effect does not exist. I'm looking at sentence 3 in paragraph 6. What has
yes.
no effect does not exist, and to the Holy Spirit, the effects of error are totally non-existent. By steadily and consistently canceling out all its effects everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And Chuck, you are reading it so great.
Yes.
You've really gotten it down to all the words that need to pop out. So that's
Yeah.
great.
Well,
Thank you kindly.
it makes a difference when you emphasize the underlined word. It really does. And Chuck does. Thank you, Shannon. Chuck does that great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. All right, now we're going to, Carol, and then we're going to appreciate May.
This is so non-dual. It's just stunning.
Yes.
And yet I don't know how that would ever be seen without reading or understanding the direct teachings.
I love what you
First.
said. I love what you just said. So
But
I
it's
read
2 paragraphs in a nutshell. Thank
I
you, Chuck.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all.
yeah.
Just go back to the beginning. Go retrace what's the most prior. And prior to that, don't even get caught up as
Yeah.
there's no world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Carol. Thank you. It's so nice to have gotten the non-dual teaching and then come back to the course and read it again. It's so beautiful. It's lovely. Jerry, good afternoon. Good to see you here.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to be here. I just want to simply one of the things that the Holy Spirit, the effects of error are totally non-existent. I was always taught that the Holy Spirit, doesn't judge, never condemns. And that is like as far as a non-dual, there's no judgment there compared to judging and separating,
Yes.
But
Yeah.
but the key, I guess, what I just hear about that is the Holy Spirit, only because the Holy Spirit never judges, never condemns.
But Jerry, this is where Carol's point is really well taken, because if you're first reading through the course and you'll read that the Holy Spirit doesn't judge, it's because you might think it's because the Holy Spirit is pure and good and only has a good heart, right?
Hmm.
But what the non-dual teaching is that the world is an illusion and nothing has ever happened. And if nothing's ever happened, there's nothing to judge. And it's not that nothing has ever happened and so that nothing exists. It's that we are eternal beings, consciousness beings. We are and always will be. And so the dream world, you can die in the dream world, but it doesn't mean consciousness dies. You can knock yourself out dying in the dream world. Have your experience of it. It doesn't mean that you should not feel anything or have any experience. It's both and. Right. And so to think that the Holy Spirit is just this,
Right.
good-hearted thing, that's only half of the equation.
Gotcha.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
And
you,
I
Jim.
think the willingness is that just perception change, where it's just this consistently solidified change in perception, which is it's a hard thing because the world does pull us out of it pretty consistently.
Yes.
But yeah, because it almost like it feels so contradictory to be like it the effects of our mistakes or whatever have no real effects and they do not exist. Like it takes like a couple of loopings around your head for that to kind of
That's for sure.
land.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. To sink in, to
yeah,
be experienced. You have to
yeah,
experience this.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. May, you're up next to read if you want to
All right.
take paragraph 8.
The confusion of functions is so typical of the ego that you should be quite familiar with it by now. The ego believes that all functions belong to it, even though it has no idea of what they are. This is more than mere confusion. It is a particularly dangerous combination of grandiosity and confusion that make it likely that the ego will attack anyone and anything for no reason at all. This is exactly what it does. It is totally unpredictable in its responses because it has no idea what it heard. If
Poor
one
ego.
has, sorry,
The poor ego.
sorry, completely blundering around here. If one has no idea what is happening, how appropriately can you expect him to react? But you might still ask yourself, regardless of how you can account for the reactions, whether they place the ego in a very sound position as a guide for yours. It seems absurd to emphasize repeatedly that the ego's qualifications as a guide are so singularly unfortunate, and that it is a remarkably poor choice as a teacher of salvation. Yet this question, ridiculous as it seems, is really the crucial issue in the world of separation fantasy.
I love that.
Mm,
I love that.
yeah, fantasy. It's just an idea.
I like that it's a dangerous combination of grandiosity and confusion. Does that not describe some of the world's leaders today?
Literally.
Grandiosity and confusion.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I love to think like if like everyone just had this kind of landing in their system or just like everyone like priorities just fully shift.
Yeah.
Like it just becomes this total like embedding of just experience in a way that you know that it's completely reciprocal. Yeah. Should I
it's
read one more? Or?
yeah, read one more. It's
Okay.
singularly unfortunate. I also like that.
Singularly unfortunate.
Singularly unfortunate. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone who elects a total insane guide must be totally insane himself. It is not true that you do not know the guide is insane. You know it because I know it, and you have judged it by the same standard as I have. The ego literally lives on borrowed time, and its days are numbered. Do not fear the last judgment, but welcome it, and do not wait, for the ego's time is borrowed from your eternity. This is the second coming, which was made for you as the first was created.
Oh,
Boom, it's all same time.
I know. I absolutely love that. The ego literally lives on borrowed time and its days are numbered. Right?
Yeah.
Go, Carol. I know. Did that take your breath away?
It totally took my breath away. And my God, this is just so beautiful. It's it's saying the ego is God, it's a creation, but it's saying it in a way that the person will accept it because it's kind of one and the same, isn't it? But it's
So I'm going to
it's purposeful in a way. Without
yeah.
it, there's no experience. Without it, there's no possibility of exploring.
Well, Carol, read line 6 in paragraph 10, please.
Okay. This is the second coming, which was made for you as the first was created.
I think that just said what you just said.
Yeah, it's absolutely, you know, it's two perspectives, and it's just, you know, there's so much talk about, well, you know, do this and do that, and you'll wake up. Well, awareness knows itself as it knows itself, however it's going to know itself, and there's no mistake. There's no
Yeah.
error. It can't possibly be. You know, it's just exploration of everything. And it seems like, oh, you know, I'm looking from a wrong perspective. But I think it's just exploring all potential, all possibilities. And at some point, it's just all recognized as it's coming together as the one, not to perfection.
The solution was created when the problem was created. There's no distance between it. As you said,
Yeah, and
it's
there was never a
all just
problem
coming into
created.
experience. Yes.
The problem was created for the solution to be adored, to be known.
That's another way to, yeah. 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 Thank you. Oh, I love it. Okay, Mel, you're up. Thank
Okay.
you.
I was just
And you're
going to
going to
say,
read next too.
okay, yeah, oh, okay. But that's what I see as the cosmic joke, isn't it?
I
That,
know.
that we believe so much in this, and it's not even true. And yet here we are all, it's, when when you see a dog like getting all riled up and barking at something that's just a shadow or something like that,
Yeah. 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 We wouldn't get all amped up about it if we didn't believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
what would be the point, right?
Yeah. So laughing, it's like the laugh, forgot to laugh, you know.
Forgot to laugh. Exactly. Welcome, Lonnie. Glad you're home. Uh, Jerry, what you got?
Oh, I don't have anything. I just want to repeat. The problem, I never heard that before. I like that. The problem was created just so that the solution could be adorned. Oh my gosh. Or something like that.
Yeah, write it
Right?
down. Yeah.
I am writing it
Adored.
down. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure I got that.
Yeah. What Carol said.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much. I love that.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're here, Jerry. Miss Lonnie. Miss
I
Lonnie.
was listening in the car. Hi, family. But in the Annihilated Self, they talked about that in one of the lessons that I read today about the fact of the essential nature of the forgetting, so that the remembering can be enjoyed and celebrated.
Yeah,
Without forgetting, then what is there to remember?
exactly.
And if the divine is expressing through this being and having experiences, of course there's no error. The divine makes no errors.
Yeah, yeah. I think of it like I've said this many times before, like giving yourself a Christmas present and you open it on Christmas Day and you're so happy for it. And then you wrap it back up and put it back in the closet and forget it was there. And then next Christmas you go and open it again. It's like, oh, look what I got. And that's what the divine is doing over and over and over again. Look at this beautiful gift of awareness. And then you forget. And then you remember. And then you forget. And then you remember. I'm so glad I remembered.
But I think for humans, they're so stuck on somehow getting it right until it's impossible for many to imagine that they can't fuck it up.
And that's why when we finally realize that we can't fuck it up, we're so fucking happy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's the
that's a freedom
particular,
that can't be imagined.
No, it
yeah.
can't. I mean, we have to be so far down in that rabbit hole before to really appreciate there's no rabbit hole. Thank you,
It's that
Lonnie.
particularly dangerous combination of grandiosity and confusion. And it's like that's what fuels also the like you like the like seekers kind of wish for like some like Vishnu to come and like or Jesus or Krishna or somebody like just some kind of like beautiful grand recognition of like there's a power outside of me. There's a power engulfing me. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just yeah.
Oh, it's such a relief, isn't it? Okay, Mel.
Yeah, or it's like waking up from a dream, especially a bad dream. It's
Yes.
like, oh, what a relief. This was all made up. It's nothing.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. I love that too. I do too.
All right. You want 11 and 12? Is
Yes,
that
please.
okay? The second coming is merely the return of sense. Can this possibly be fearful? What can be fearful but fantasy? No one turns to fantasy unless he despairs of satisfaction in reality. But it is certain that he will never find satisfaction in fantasy, so his only hope is to change his mind about reality. Only if the decision that reality is fearful is wrong can God be right. And I assure you that God is right. Be glad then that you have been wrong, but this was only because you did not know who you were. Had you remembered, you could no more have been wrong than God can. The impossible can happen only in fantasy. When you search for reality in fantasies, you will not find it. The symbols of fantasy are of the ego, and of these you will find many. But do not look for meaning in them. They have no more meaning than the fantasies into which they are woven.
Keep going.
Fairy tales can be pleasant or fearful, pretty or ugly, but no one calls them true. Children may believe them, and so for a while they are true for them. But when reality dawns, they are gone. Reality has not gone in the meanwhile. The second coming is the awareness of reality, not its return. Behold, my child, reality is here. It belongs to you and me and God, and it is perfectly satisfying to all of us. Only this awareness can heal because it is the awareness of truth.
Damn. That's Carol. That's got Carol all over it. Yeah.
It makes you remember about Santa Claus. Remember how we remembered we believed in Santa Claus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this. The second coming is merely the return of sense.
Mm.
That's really great. And then only if the decision that reality is fearful is wrong, can God be right. And I assure you, God is right. This is such a the first thing, I'm not going to ever, I'll never contradict myself. And I assure you, God is right. These are such statements of authority, of confident authority. And I wonder how Helen felt when she was taking these notes. Pretty powerful. Of trust, yes, of trust. I also like, the second coming is the awareness of reality, not its return. Yeah. Yeah. Jerry.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. The second coming
Is the awareness of
is
reality.
the awareness of reality, and I've always looked at the second coming as, the coming of the total answer, the coming of the absolute, the coming of the whatever, and this is neat. So I never heard the second coming in this reference in the course before.
Yeah.
Maybe it has been there, but I've never really heard it. So the second coming is the awareness of capital R, of reality. Yeah,
Yes.
that's neat. Thank you.
Thank you. And so, most of us think of the second coming as this thing that's going to happen outside there, and it's going to happen to us, right? We'll be saved, right? By some external being. But this is so true to the original Christ teachings. The second coming happens in you, right? To an awareness of your own eternal nature and the awareness of the oneness of all the sonship.
Yeah, it's being the lighthouse. It's being the bright light of your perception so that it can shine upon everything that you see. Yeah, like being word through everything that you see.
Yeah. And that reminds me, what is it? There's some Navajo or Hopi saying, you are what you've been waiting for. You know that one, Lonnie? Um, yeah, it is in you, through you, as you. Yes, yes, Regis. In you, through you, as you. Embodiment. Exactly. Embodiment.
It's kind of like what, oh, I can't say that. My mind just got wiped. Never mind.
All right, it'll come back, Lonnie. It's out there somewhere. It's in the inner space.
And
Okay, I've got Jerry as being our next reader. Jerry, do you want to take us off on section 5, the unhealed healer? Before you start on this, I just want to say I haven't done a lot of pre-reading on this one. I've read it, but I didn't take notes. But this one is really kind of speaking back again to Helen and Bill Thetford as the psychologists that they are. So it's sort of alluding to them and their profession in a way as, don't take your scientific and educational reasoning too far. Don't take it too seriously. Always be humble. So anyway, I just wanted to put that one out there. So Jerry, if you'd read the first 2 paragraphs and see where we go.
The unhealed healer.
Yes.
The ego's plan for forgiveness is far more widely used than God's. This is because it is undertaken by unhealed healers and is therefore of the ego. Let us consider the unhealed healer more carefully now. By definition, he is trying to give what he has not received. If he or she is a theologian, he may start from the premise, I am a miserable sinner, and so are you. If he or she is a psychotherapist, he is more likely to begin with the equally incredible idea that he really believes in attack, and so does the patient. But it does not matter in either case. We have repeatedly stated that beliefs of the ego cannot be shared, and this is why they are not real. How then can uncovering them make them real? Every healer who searches fantasies for truth must be unhealed because he does not know where to look for truth, and therefore does not have the answer to the problem of healing. There is an advantage to bringing nightmares into awareness, but only to teach that they are not real and that anything they contain is meaningless. The unhealed healer cannot do this because he does not believe it.
All right. Thank you for that. How many psychotherapists do you know that believe that the ego is a healthy thing? They say, we need a healthy ego because a healthy ego creates boundaries, right? That is exactly what this is talking to here, the unhealed healer, because the unhealed healer does not know reality,
And
right?
isn't that what we're teaching our kids so much? You know,
So much.
the competitive, and you have to be first in the class, and you have to get ahead, and you have to beat out the other people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we ridicule kids and parents when they say, we love you no matter how well you do. We love you no matter how well you do. And we ridicule them for saying that you're being too soft, right? You're being too soft. I want to just take a note of note 18 here. Jerry, when you read, would you look, if you notice what's underlined, emphasize that when you read? Would you do that? So would you read note 18?
Can't find it.
Okay, it's at the bottom of page 338. This is why the purple book, the Circle for Atonement, it's why we enjoy using it, because it has these notes which actually go a little bit more into depth than some of the teaching. Can you find it in your book? Do you have it?
Well, I find 1920 and before 19 is 6.
Oh, on page 338?
Yeah. In the unhealed healer in the first
Those are
paragraph.
on 339 in mine,
Oh, really?
what he just said.
Okay, I'm looking at note 18.
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
338.
Yeah, it's on page 338
The
at the
very
bottom
bottom. Would you like me to read that? I have it.
Yeah, Chuck, go ahead. I can't find it.
That's all right. Okay, yeah, go Chuck. You
Uh,
do it.
what the ego makes, it keeps to itself, and so it is without strength. Its unshared existence does not die, it was merely never born. It is impossible to share opposing thoughts. This quotation therefore emphasizes the fact that vengeance cannot be shared. A belief of the ego cannot be shared because it makes one statement about the self and another statement about others. The ego, for instance, believes you are the cause of my pain. If another then seems to hold that same belief, thinking you are the cause of my pain, that it is not sharing, but simple disagreement. On the other hand, someone else believes you're right. I am the cause of your pain. the two people still aren't sharing the same belief in the sense of each holding the same belief about the self. For one sees himself as the innocent victim, and the other sees himself as the guilty victimizer, because the ego sees itself as different from others. It is impossible for any of its beliefs to be truly shared.
Thank
Is
you.
that enough?
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I wanted to just read that note because it's so succinct in the way that it really explains how the ego cannot share anything, right? It's not reality. It can't ever be reality, and it can't ever know reality because separation is so integral to
Yeah.
its thought system.
Duality was the main theme.
Yeah. I see that I Love Us has a yellow hand raised. There she is.
I just want to say that if Jerry's using the Kindle version, I don't see 18 either.
Okay, okay, thank you for that. Many thanks. Jerry, do you want us to send you a copy of the book?
No, I have the book.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
that's weird.
it just I just have 6 and then it goes to 19 and 20.
Okay.
But whatever. It's okay. I have
So
it
there
though.
might be different, I'm just saying there
Yeah.
might be different versions that have messed some things up because in the Kindle version, I was just curious, I can't find footnote 18 at all. It seems to be
Well,
not
you two
perfect.
are special.
Well, I have my other version. It's in my I have two copies of the purple version too, so anyway, I
Uh,
love us.
I love us too. Thank you, Jerry. That was a good read. Um, Regis, do you want to take a stab at reading two paragraphs? And if you don't, then I might ask Shannon or Carol. But you're next on my list. And if you're not there, we'll go straight to Carol. All right, Carol, do you want to see if you can get through paragraph 3 and 4?
Okay. Um, all unhealed healers follow the ego's plan in one form or another. If they are, am I on the right one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Can you I can't find this. Where are you?
Oh, we're on page 339 on paragraph 3, beginning.
All unhealed healers?
That's right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nope,
Okay.
no, you're good. Thank you.
Okay. All unhealed healers follow the ego's plan in one form or another. If they are theologians, they are likely to condemn themselves, teach condemnation, and advocate a very fearful solution. Projecting condemnation unto God, they make him retaliative and fear his retribution. What they have done is merely to identify with the ego, and by perceiving clearly what it does, condemn themselves because of this profound confusion. It is understandable that there has been a revolt against this concept, but to revolt against it is still to believe in it. The form of the revolt, then, is different, but not the content. The new form of the ego's plan is as unhelpful as the older one because form does not matter to the Holy Spirit and therefore does not matter at all. According to the newer forms of the plan, the therapist interprets the ego's symbols in the nightmare and uses them to prove the nightmare is real. Having made it real, he then attempts to dispel its effects by depreciating the importance of the dreamer.
Interesting. Do you want to read note 20? Carol, would you read, do you have note 20? It's at the very bottom of 339.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I should be able to get it here. Okay, yeah. What the ego makes,
No,
it keep
no,
no?
no.
Okay, I'm in the wrong
I'm
thing
sorry.
then.
Okay. All right. Note 20. It's at the bottom of the page. I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I will read it. It says,
Okay.
the new form of the ego's plan, which is a revolt against Christian theology, is psychotherapy, specifically Freudian psychoanalysis, in which the therapist interprets a patient's dreams to uncover who the patient really is, and then tells the patient that the dark impulses uncovered are not a big deal because they are just thoughts. So I'm saying this is why Helen and Bill worked in secret at Columbia University, because they just trashed Freudian psychotherapy and Christian theology. Yeah, I just wanted to point that one out. Okay, so we got 2 minutes left, and I think I'm going to stop us here. Next week, I will summarize what for next week where we are, and then we'll start on paragraph 5. And that will be August 27th. Well, as Click and Clack say, you've wasted another perfectly good hour. Oh, thank you, everyone.
I don't
Oh.
think anything was wasted.
Hmm. Click and Clack were so great.
Thank you
I
for
love them.
everything.
Hmm. Sorry, Cindy.
I just said thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's read our closing invocation. And this has been a really lovely gathering. I have so enjoyed it. And so come, whoever you are, wanderer, fire worshiper, lover of leaving. This is not a caravan of despair. It doesn't matter that you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Still come, and yet again. And so I bid you good night. Go out and break your vows. Have fun. Open up your Christmas present and then put it back in the closet as many times as you need to. And we'll see you tomorrow at 10 for the guides.